Nitrogen is often a limiting nutrient for crop production in Missouri. Improving nitrogen use efficiency can result in substantial economic returns for farmers. By effectively managing nitrogen, growers can produce crops more profitably while minimizing negative environmental impacts.
We're reducing greenhouse gas emissions with our nitrogen applications by implementing 4R management principles.
There are many nitrogen fertilizers available on the marketplace, but the four most popular nitrogen sources in Missouri are anhydrous ammonia, urea, urea ammonium nitrate, and ammonium nitrate. Anhydrous ammonia, or NH3, is typically among the most popular and economical sources of nitrogen.
The benefits of anhydrous ammonia are that it has a high concentration of nitrogen. It has 82% nitrogen, very efficient when it comes to transportation and distribution of it.
When kept under pressure, anhydrous ammonia is a liquid. It turns into a gas when released into the atmosphere. It requires equipment that can handle high pressure, approximately 200 psi, and careful transport to prevent injury or product loss. And because ammonia under pressure is a mixture of liquid and vapor, it can be more difficult to ensure uniform application if equipment and hoses are not functioning properly. Uniform application is best achieved by using speed control devices, newer manifolds with better distribution, and properly configured applicators. The University of Missouri research shows that anhydrous ammonia, when applied at the same time as other nitrogen sources, offers the highest corn yields on average, primarily because of its slower conversion to nitrate when interacting with soil bacteria. Urea is another commonly used nitrogen fertilizer in Missouri. Urea benefits include ease of use, ease of transport, and 46% nitrogen by weight.
Urea is a dry fertilizer. It's a high concentration of nitrogen as well. Globally, the most popular fertilizer.
Though easy to use and transport, urea is highly soluble and can quickly migrate through the soil when water is introduced. After application in the soil, the NH2 in urea changes to ammonia, either chemically or by the enzyme urease, and then to ammonium. The potential for product loss is high if urea is not incorporated into the soil quickly after surface application. This can reduce growers' bottom line and negatively impact the environment. Volatilization loss is less likely in winter or early spring applications. Urea volatilization can be minimized by incorporating it 3 to 4 inches below the soil surface within a few days of application, either with tillage or rain. Typically, a quarter to a half inch of rain is needed to move urea down 3 inches. If urea cannot be incorporated by tillage, it is a good idea to use a urease inhibitor to allow more time for the product to be incorporated by rain.
We can incorporate that fertilizer so that we reduce any volatilization, but we can also use a urease inhibitor to reduce or buy us some time until we have rainfall to incorporate that fertilizer.
Urease inhibitors typically give you 10 days to anticipate precipitation before volatilization occurs. Urea with a urease inhibitor is commonly recommended by retailers in a 2-pass nitrogen application on the second pass. Benefits of urea with urease inhibitor include low risk of crop damage, ease of application, product availability. Urea ammonium nitrate, or UAN, is available at 28% nitrogen and 32% nitrogen by weight.
There's a lot of volume that's handled with it, but it's also very flexible for application timings, and for side dress applications it's very useful there.
It is often dribbled or sprayed on the soil surface, but it can also be injected below. The urea portion of UAN will undergo the same reactions as urea-based fertilizers. Since urea is only half of the total material, the potential for volatilization is less. Injection below the soil surface is the most effective way to minimize volatilization. It is also best to inject UAN under the surface because it can cause leaf damage and yield loss when broadcast over corn. UAN should also be dropped between corn rows when applied to a standing crop. Ammonium nitrate has been proven in Missouri research to be one of the most effective nitrogen fertilizers for corn.
So ammonium nitrate is a very good nitrogen source. It's about 34% nitrogen. However, there are some handling restrictions and insurance-related things that have reduced its popularity and use.
In drier conditions, ammonium nitrate corn yields are comparable to those of anhydrous ammonia, with the added benefit of faster application and fewer safety concerns. Ammonium nitrate is the fastest nitrogen source to convert to nitrate, making it best used on a growing crop. However, ammonium nitrate's stringent storage regulations impact its availability. Because of Missouri's diverse soil and climate, nitrogen cycle interpretation should be site-specific. You are encouraged to work with your 4R certified retailer or advisor for nitrogen source application recommendations for your soil and crop needs. For more information, sign up for the Missouri Fertilizer Control Board newsletter at mofcb.com or visit cra.missouri.edu for resources on regenerative agriculture.